Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a very sold-out Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Straight ahead, a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. On the visitor's sideline, their head coach. These guys looking to finish off their probable run from wild card team to conference champions. On the other side, Bengals head coach Zach Taylor. His guys the home team here in what's been a very unpredictable and chaotic playoff so far. To the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. Oh, good return up past the 30. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
He's got the hook up downfield to McConkey. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
With a start here to the ball game, you get the good kick return, followed by a quick first down through the air. If this defense isn't careful, they might be looking at a deficit before they know what hit them.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it's second down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Chargers.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Herbert. Now this one finds McConkey. And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Herbert going to keep it on his sneak. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be first and goal.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Chargers are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bengals offense here are ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
Here we go. Right 80. Right hot.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Right 80. Right hot.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He'll look underneath and finds Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown in the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Here we go. Right 80. 11 mighty. 11 mighty.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And he's going to barrel his way forward to the 48. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Right 80. 11 Thomas. Curve hot. Start.
They'll try and run for it with Brown. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's first and 10.
11 MT, 11 MT.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Big 13. Big 13. Dot. 12. 12. Dot.
Out of the gun to give the Spears. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Now it's Burrow. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Right 80. What is that? That.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
The drive begins with a carry by Hampton. And he's brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked them up.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down. A gain of 12.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
First down. 38 yards on.
They'll let the quarterback keep it here on first and 10. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Now it's Herbert. They'll set up the screen to Hampton. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On first down, it's Hampton. And he stopped immediately there. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. Here's Herbert. And it's caught. Touchdown! Omari and Hampton from 6 yards away. And the Chargers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly.
On 2, ready? Right, 80.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That play unable to get started thanks to the defense of Quan Alexander. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Here we go, here we go. Wide 80. Got.
This is Brown on the draw play. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Third down at 6.
Here we go, here we go. Done.
Burrow will throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Now he's free at the 35. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards.
Where's the contain there? And yes, that's a question because that was just a simple drop-off. But he hits the Jets, and all of a sudden, the seas part in front of him. A huge result there to flip the field and what was a fairly innocuous play call.
11 MT, Tate. 11 MT.
On first and 10, it's Spears. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. They're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
Here we go. Wide 80. Stop.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And the Bengals are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
180. 11, 11, 11, 11. Stop.
Brown will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL. A complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it and catch it, and he gets it done.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. This is off the left, upright, and through. A trick shot there, but a point is a point. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. So I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Herbert going to give to Hampton. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Herbert. Short throw to Disley. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Herbert now. That one complete to McConkey. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cut in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Herbert. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one where you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down.
Here we go. 180. 180. Stop.
An inside give, Brown. And he's going to be hemmed in and blocked down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far.
Here we go.
They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Stop.
Right back to Brown. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Play action. It's Burrow.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't worry about the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
This is Brown going up the middle. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
180. 11.
They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force. And they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
180. 42.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. That is caught. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First down and goal to go.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process.
Here we go.
You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
12.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
A timeout here for an injured player. Definitely not what this defense wants to see. It's Khalil Mack who's in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. And the ball situated at the 9. Second and goal.
Big 13. Big 13. Stop.
Here's Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins from 8 yards out. And the Bengals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
I feel like I'm back in school. What was that book, you know? It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. This has been a tale of 2 quarters so far. They trailed 14-0 after 1. How about the rally we've been watching?
Yeah, a couple of touchdowns. PAT here to tie it up. This is a good ball game all of a sudden. McPherson on for the point after. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception.
McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And bulldozing his way through. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Charger defensive unit making their way back out there. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Well, they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll work inside here. Hampton. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 41, Herbert. And this throw incomplete. Like a defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As soon as he leaped out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 41, Herbert. Short throw to Disley. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 26. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Again, it's Hampton. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
On the give, this is Hampton. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. From the 9, 2nd and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Well, the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the 1st.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They'll check this one down to Hampton. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. AFC title game, 2nd quarter action. 2 minutes to play. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball.
Lamb McConkey from 13 yards out. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Burrow on play action. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. 180. 180.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. That's taken in by Higgins.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Chargers' 33-yard line.
Stop.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
On the field is reversed.
Gun. Stop. 180.
To the air again, Burrow. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Now it's Burrow. Open man is Higgins. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Zach Taylor, a new breed of head coach. He's going to go for it on 4th down.
180. Stop. Stop.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Now 4th and short, head your offense out there. That one stings.
And you know something? Your options change dramatically. Not only is it tougher to go for it, but what if you decided just to line up and try and draw them off sides? If you did it on 4th and short, you can pick up the cheap 1st down. Now, you still won't get a 1st down even if you do exactly the same thing.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. 2 more quarters to play here, and the Super Bowl matchup will be set. Let's take a look at what happened earlier this afternoon. Our trip around the NFL starts now. In Philadelphia, the Eagles at home to take on the Green Bay Packers. And it's Josh Jacobs. The team got into the red zone, he gets into the end zone. A 10-yard touchdown run. The Packers do it again. What a run through these playoffs. They're the surprise champions of the NFC. And here's a look at the current playoff bracket in the NFL playoffs. Meanwhile, in our game, both teams have been able to move the ball effectively. It might be a question of which defense can make a stand in the second half. As we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Here we go. Can.
Now it's Burrow. Throw left side to Higgins. And he's got this down to the 35. His first catch of this third quarter, and he had 7 in the first half. It's also a first down.
Well, they obviously read man coverage there, partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burrow?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Here we go. Back. Wide 80. Wide 80. Back.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
Gun.
35-yard line.
Wide 80. Back.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Throw left side complete to Chase. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Let's get set. Wide 80. Wide hot. Hot. Back.
Burrow looking to pass. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
For the Bengals field goal, a 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that'll bring him back within a point. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case, not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense. But you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. Second down and 6 now from the 26. Here's Herbert. He'll dump this off to Hampton, complete. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to lead to a third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
No gain on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
11 MT, take 11 MT.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
Didn't have a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 48-yard line, here's second and 5.
180. 11.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's going to have the Bengals first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now a short one to Gesicki. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 34-yard line, here's second down and 5.
Gun. Dot. Can. Dot.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 53 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Here we go. 180.
And here's a give to Spears. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's another Bengals first down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
12.
Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. But it's not going to work. He'll go down. They got him. Larry Ogunjobi able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal.
12.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Hey, can. Turbo's hot.
3rd and goal. Burrow. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in this AFC title game. Burrow and the Bengals offense staying put. They'll go for 2 here.
Here we go.
The Bengals will line up for the
180.
two-point conversion.
Hot. 11 empty.
They'll try to run it here. And he is not going to make it to the goal line. So the defense holds, and this remains a 5-point game.
21.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start it out with a run by Hampton. And they work this well outfield across the 45. 65 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
The 46-yard line.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Now a deep one for Johnston. And this is taken in at the 5. A big play there for L.A. And even 50 yards.
50 yards on the play. That's another Chargers first down. 1st and goal, Chargers.
And not only does Justin Herbert have one of the biggest arms in the game, I don't know that anyone throws a prettier pass. Every time he throws the football, I just want to slow it down and have it be a highlight type of a throw.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Trey Hendrickson showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Keandre Lambert-Smith with an amazing diving catch. And the Chargers have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
Bengals 26.
So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. T. Higgins leading the Cincinnati receiving corps out for this upcoming series. He's been his typical solid and reliable self, hasn't he, Charles?
When you have that go-to receiver that you can count on in the situation where you absolutely have to have him, there's nothing better for anybody who's throwing the football. But the best part is the payoff. 2 touchdowns already. That's the bottom line when you throw the ball to a guy.
Absolutely. Not over 100 yards right now, but he does have the 2 touchdown catches. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Draw play for Brown. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down, they hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are out in the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
73 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast, the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go. Start. 180. Race hard. Start.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here we go, here we go. 180. Race hard. Hot. Stop.
Here's Burrow. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So he stopped for no gain. 3rd and 7 now.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards.
180. Start. Start.
Burrow will throw. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
A 40-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
And just shutting him off there. And it's a Pierce. He'll get this up to the 29. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And this one likely on the short list for Game of the Year candidates. And boy, did it come in a good one here in the playoffs. All tied in the 4th with a berth to the Super Bowl on the line. Buckle up, everybody. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. And this is going to be intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
On 2. Here we go. 180. Stop.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That's to his tight end all. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's a give to Brown. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
2nd and 5 now. Burrow. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Chase Brown. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. And McPherson on for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Bengals score.
McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the 4th quarter, this possession gigantic. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's like going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Throw left side complete. That's Johnston. It's a gain of 11 and a first down LA. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. 23 yards on the play.
That's another Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Johnston on the quick slant. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, hits Hampton. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
Timing is crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the fourth quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Here we go. Stop. Right 80. Right cut. Stop.
Running right, here's Brown. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Stop. Can. Stop. 11. Stop.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff. Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
3rd and 8.
Here we go. Stop. Right 80.
They'll look to throw. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right point at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
They'll try and run forward Brown. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards.
It's a turnover on down.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. Hands up, forcing the incompletion.
Herbert going to give to Hampton. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. This one finds McConkey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket, completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
Out of the gun, Herbert. That's complete. Lambert Smith. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 18-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Hampton. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, second down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him.
Touchdown, Chargers! Quentin Johnston, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. These fans on pins and needles. A Super Bowl berth on the line, tied in the 4th quarter as the kick is away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. T. Higgins out on offense for the rest of his teammates for this next drive. When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a two-way conversation because he wants to keep getting him the football because he's seeing the payoff. You know, getting the ball to that guy means yardage, and as we've seen, touchdowns in this game. So I think both of them get more and more excited about the possibilities as things continue on.
Yeah, so far it's been over 100 yards and the 2 scores.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring...
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Defensively, mission accomplished, and now with under 3 to go, they may be the last team holding the football.
They may very well be the last team holding the football, unless, of course, you're facing a group that is really aggressive offensively and may want to take a gamble. But theoretically, you've done your job now. You should get the ball back on a punt, but I'd be alert for a fake.
Now that one, a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Over the middle and caught by McConkey. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Short throw to Dissler.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
And his throw is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Super Bowl aspirations on the line. A critical one here. It's third down. Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, L.A. Quentin Johnston with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. They do tack on the extra point as well, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Bengals 36.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So Burrow and the Bengals down by 7. A little over a minute and a half remaining. They need a touchdown to keep their Super Bowl hopes alive as they come up on first down.
Here we go. Hey, can.
Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes diving to get as much as he can following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Brown will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
Good work there, holding him out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
They'll give it here to Brown. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. These fans on pins and needles. A Super Bowl berth on the line, tied in the fourth quarter as the kick is away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Chargers getting set to go. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe call is to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up the chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Herbert gonna throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Herbert has it knocked free. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Throwing, Herbert. Here we go. This to avoid overtime. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's taking a big risk at this late stage. They're not thinking field goal, though. They wanted to leave no doubt on that one. So they took the shot at the end zone, but it winds up incomplete.
Here we go. This to avoid overtime. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hilton. And it's a big play there to secure the football. And, folks, we are headed to overtime. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
Well, 4 quarters couldn't decide a winner, and now we're back underway for the right to hoist that Lamar Hunt trophy. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense, see what they can do here. Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was in the playoffs. Now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it after the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs. Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now the game reaches OT. Every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
A nice start for them here to overtime, and maybe the plan here is don't do anything too crazy. Don't try for some big play, Charles. Just move the chains, put the pressure on the defense.
Well, these early first downs are certainly nice confidence builders as they begin overtime, because even though you just played 4 quarters, the feeling's entirely different when you take the field in OT, because you just want to settle in, as you suggested, keep the ball moving, and rely on your opponent to make that first big mistake.
Here we go. 11. 180.
This is Brown going up the middle. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. You know, Charles, just thinking about it, plenty of recent conference championship games have needed OT to decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
And we can go back a little ways, can't we? Go back 2012. Giants in San Francisco. That was an overtime game. The Giants ended up going on to the Super Bowl. How about the one where the Giants went to Green Bay, Lambeau, and beat the Magic of that stadium in a freezing, bitterly cold game and got it done there?
Yeah, it was 2008. It was absolutely freezing, and they went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl that year.
11, Thomas.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
All right, ready?
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
At the Chargers 31.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 121 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. They are into field goal range, but definitely thinking touchdown as they come up 1st and 10.
180. 12.
Right back to Brown. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. Things now, Charles, looking pretty good here. A great opportunity to try to cash in for 6 on the opening possession of overtime.
And what I'm liking, Brandon, is what I see down on the sidelines. I see a defense huddled up and ready to go, already preparing for their opportunity to go on the field and close out this game.
Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Gun. Cut.
They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
On 1, ready?
That's good for a Bengals.
Gun. Cut. Hey,
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Out of the gun to give to Spears. And this is a touchdown. That's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime. And Charles, that touchdown alone doesn't win him the game anymore with the rule changes in overtime of the postseason, but they still went down, scored, got the job done, and now they put it in the hands of their defense.
And with the other side now guaranteed an overtime possession, getting that score was vital. The pressure is now on their opponent, and their defense, they have to play off the momentum the offense generated. One stop, and they end this game.
Fighting his way through contact. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Chargers ready to take over. Well, CD, in the regular season, they would already be celebrating. Not so simple here in the playoffs. Now they also need to make a defensive stand if they want to pick up the victory.
Yeah, and I'm sure the team would be in favor of just taking the win right now, but in a small way, those defenders are also kind of happy for the rule change because now, on the big stage of postseason, they're the ones who can come out here and lock down the victory.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Chargers first down.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Over the middle, it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This is where the new rule comes into effect. In past years, this game's over. They've got a chance, though, to match touchdowns now. It's first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Trying to keep their season alive. Down 7 in overtime. And they'll, of course, need to score before time runs out in the period as they work on second down. To the air again, Herbert. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw here, Herbert. He'll try and do this himself. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 26. Now it's Herbert.
First down, Chargers.
There he goes again. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. So that is going to tie an NFL record that has stood for more than 70 years. 7 touchdown passes in one game. It was first done by Sid Luckman of the Bears in 1943, then by Adrian Burke of the Eagles in 54, and now that mark equaled here in this one. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense returns to the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
And they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over above 50 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Wide 80.
Now it's Burrow. That was short one to Gesicki. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time at a Cincinnati first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Cut. Cut.
An inside give, Brown. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Gun. Cut. Cut.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. That one caught by all, the tight end. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
It's 3rd and 7.
Here we go. 180. Stop.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 28. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
So nothing doing there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, partner, recent conference championship games that have been needed to decide who goes to the Super Bowl, what do you got?
Well, if we go back to 2015, how about Green Bay at Seattle? And it looks like Green Bay's got this thing. Russell Wilson to Jermaine.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Khalil Mack able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
180. Raise up.
They'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Averaging 50 yards of boot so far as this one's away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll toss right side to Hampton. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Herbert now. Oh, and that's so close to being intercepted. That could have been a big turnover in overtime if he had held on. Instead, though, it is still 4th down. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a loss of 2.
Here we go.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Another run for Brown on 2nd down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
24-yard line.
Well, backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he is going to lose yardage here. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
1 or 2 more big plays could get him in position for a game-winning field goal. Here's 1st and 10 now.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Herbert. That one complete to McConkey.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 42. 1 overtime, how about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment.
Well, 1 OT wasn't enough. We better make it 2 to determine who advanced Super Bowl. From just outside of field goal range. 3 points, all that's needed. Here's 1st and 10. Give here to Hampton.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This for a trip to the Super Bowl. And the kick is good. He got it. And with that, they are off to the Super Bowl.
Bengals 50.
Really a great season. Not a whole lot to hang their head about.
Not at all. And, you know, the winning side is so ecstatic. They're going to the Super Bowl. But for the guys that we're talking about, they've got to figure out how it's going to go next year. Are they going to be motivated by this loss? Or will this loss linger and really make them, make it tough for them to come out of the gate strong next year? Only time will tell, but they've got to find a way to use this loss and use it as motivation.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.